Could gold be in a triple top here? Maybe. We'll take a look at the gold, silver, and platinum prices, of course, as we do here every single day. And we'll take a look at Perth Mint's silver surge in sales in the last month. Look, if you're watching this on the replay, good for you. You're in a different time zone, whatever, that's great. So use the time codes below to skip the stuff you don't like to go straight to the stuff that you do like. That's free speech, baby. No, it's not, but that's what you're allowed to do. And if you're watching this live, you get to enjoy everything we do here at Good Morning Stackers, your weekdaily live show all about gold, silver, economic news, bullion stuff, and of course, the GMS family. Hit the big red subscribe button to join said family. In the first 1 minute of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. Grab your tasty beverage and we will slurp it audibly together. It is the honor system. You must do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, slurp it. My name is Joe Main. I've worked in the precious metals retail industry for 11 years. Stacked precious metals for longer than that, still do, and now I do this daily live morning show, and I help your business or your friend's business or your boss's business or whose ever business launch and grow on social media, particularly YouTube channels, because I've done that very successfully for many other channels. As you guys pretty much know, if you've been in the stacking scene in Australia, you recognize my voice, you know my face from different bullion dealers, etc. But I help any other kind of business as well. So send me an email at gmstackers@gmail.com to reach out to me to see if your business can be helped by launching and growing on social media. It could be a YouTube channel, could be Instagram, could be any one of the major platforms. We'll figure out which one works for you, and then we will come up with a specific content plan, how many times a week to post, what kind of content for you is the right content to build your customer base. If you're a new business or if you're an established business, but you want to branch out and get additional business, I'm your guy. So reach out to me. This show is, of course, week daily, and it's brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, where you can buy. They are my preferred physical bullion dealer, and also my brand new brand partner, WealthStack, wealthstack.com, unallocated, physically backed unallocated gold with insanely ultra low fees. We're talking spot plus 1% with a minimum purchase of $10. That's crazy. We'll talk a little bit more about both of those. I've got to show you Perth Bullion Exchange's weekly special. I'll show you a little bit more about WealthStack today as well, just a little bit. I've got to just sort of tease it along the way. By the way, we will be doing an interview tomorrow, if all goes to plan, with David Ski, the CEO of WealthStack as well. We've spoken to Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange a million times before. Now it's WealthStack's turn, so probably get that tomorrow. Get your questions in to that same email address. Let's do the shout-outs, and then we'll get to the gold analysis and all that other stuff too. Let me close that off right there. Of course, we have Pete Repeat was the first one. GMS, CT. Always good to see CT from the Lone Star State in Texas. Mark, Florida. I love the fact that you come in and you go, must leave in about half an hour, but we'll catch up on the replay. I said yesterday that yesterday's show would be half an hour. It ran to 43 minutes. I just can't help myself. But I wanted to go and watch that very special Trump Elon Twitter Spaces, X Spaces thing, and I had to listen to that. It's like 2 hours long. It's pretty interesting. But I wanted to get going for that, but it started late anyway. So I could have talked for another half an hour probably. Black Coal, GMS, debt is great, GMS. Lance, hello. Lance, where is your GMS, bro? You're letting the side down, man. Letting the side down. Of course, we're going to Hazza. Oh, there are more. I didn't even see them. Hazza, GMS, Black Coal, free speech, freedom of choice. That's what I meant to say. Whatever. Does it really matter? No. Hazza says here for sure. I thought you said for a second, here, white guy, and you're representing short white guys. That's me. I'm a short white guy. So, yeah, represent. No, here for a short while, guys. Fair enough. Zoomi's back. Fantastic. You were spot on at 2470 all day, question mark, with an exclamation point. Yeah, 2470 we'll show in just a second. But yes, I was. But it might be just a little blip along the way. Caroline, good morning, Stackers. Hello, Caroline. Is this the first time I've seen you on the show live? I think it might be. So welcome. Can everyone welcome Caroline to the GMS family. Of course, Caroline has hit the big red subscribe button to join said family. You get a really warm and fuzzy feeling when you do. Anyone hits the big red subscribe button because we are the winning team. We started this show in May. 567 subscribers as of this morning. That's a whole bunch more than yesterday. It just keeps growing and growing over time. So you are joining the winning team because everyone loves to win. So join the team that's moving in the right direction. That be the GMS family. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Desi, good morning, everyone. And the last one, am I going to get my... Yes, I am. Here he is. Hey, buddy. Okay, bye, buddy. See ya. Excuse me 1 second. That's my 3-year-old. My 3-year-old just decides to pop in every now and then, just goes, good morning, bye. Chris Phipps, GMS. So, what's happened to free speech in the UK and Australia? Hope we don't follow suit, but even in Portland, Oregon, we have our pew-pew-pews. Right, yes. I won't touch too much about it, but it always seems where you are in the world isn't as bad as other places in the world. So I look at Australia because I'm here and I live here and I go, gee, that UK is going really bad in terms of its free speech and all that stuff. It seems to be much worse than other places in the world. But Australia is kind of part of it too. I actually haven't looked up as much Australia's laws, and I don't know as much about Australia's laws, which I should because I live in this damn country, this wonderful country, the lucky country very much in certain ways. And I haven't looked up, of course I know no one has free speech except the US. That's written into the Constitution, the First Amendment, which is a very good thing in my humble opinion. But I haven't looked in terms of do we have more draconian laws than the UK in terms of what you are allowed to say and when it's going to get you a knock on the door by the police, etc. I think it's worse in the UK, but maybe I'm living in this little Australia bubble and I don't see it, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, you from Portland, Oregon. As I've said before, for you, Chris, man, I feel for you. If you sort of lean in a certain direction politically, I feel for you living in freaking Portland, Oregon, man. Unless Portlandia is not an accurate representation of where you live. It's probably not. Of course, it's a sketch show if you don't know. But yeah, Chris, yeah, look, the UK in particular. Ooh, I tell you what. Welcome, Carolyn. Now, this is what the GMS family does. Jason Ashworth, welcome, Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Welcome, Carolyn. Carolyn says, can you believe sound keeps dropping in and out? Oh, anyone else having the problem? I think it might be you, Carolyn. I don't think anyone else is. Desi, do you take geopolitics in consideration when you're looking at the charts and buying? It seems they play a big role in the price of gold and silver. Yes and no. If it looked like, war was about to imminently break out or, World War III, talks of World War III, then yeah, you could obviously, gold will go up in a time of war, of massive uncertainty. Yes, but no, mainly I just look at the charts because I find them to... The charts are going to... This sounds so general, right? But the charts are going to do what they're going to do because you can't predict what is going to happen. Is there going to be a war? Is there going to be talk of a war? Is there going to be a black swan event? Is there going to be another pandemic? Is there going to be this? Is there going to be that? But you can pretty much reliably know that if those things do happen, there are major resistance levels and major support levels that still exist, and then mass psychology will take into place. So even with these big things like, COVID, for example, you saw that big spike down in silver, for example. You saw it spike under that $14 level, US dollar level, but it spiked for maybe a week or two, and then it gobbled right back up and just had hovered and closed around about that $14 level. So you can't try and catch the big dips, and do you try and catch the big tops? No, you probably can't. And hardly anyone can. It's basically be there at the right time. You have be in the right time zone at the time that occurs, and just have the foresight to do it. Have the foresight to have spare cash up your sleeve just in case, or in case of a dip. And no, so not really. except for the big stuff like, a world war or major economic uncertainty. GMS Caroline, we'll watch the rest of the show, blah, blah, blah. Good. And then we'll get to this gold stuff. Refresh, fingers not working. Yes, did a refresh. All good now. Fantastic, Caroline. Great to have you on board. Let's talk about gold triple top. Probably not, but we'll just take a look. It's something you have to be aware of. Okay, it's probably not the thing, so don't stress, people. But out of interest, we'll take a look, and we'll do the usual gold, silver, platinum analysis. Then we'll take a look at Perth Mint's huge silver sales in July. And also, we'll have to quickly talk about, of course, my brand partners, Perth Bullion Exchange and WealthStack, wealthstack.com. Right here. Of course, this is the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum. Free to join if you're a stacker in Australia. I post here every single morning a little image, a little bit of technical stuff, and then a little sort of, blurb about what's happening today on the show and a link to it, right? So GMS, triple top here, more likely not, but we always have to be wary, okay? Support remains at 2,430-ish. New all-time high soon, still most probable while above 2,430. Closing below, bottom yellow line comes into focus. Okay, what the hell am I talking about? Here is gold on the daily time frame price in US dollars, 2,463 US dollars, using the tradingview.com website. Okay, top in, 17th of July of this year at 2,480 US dollars, back down to, what do you know, that support level which I'd had drawn in beforehand, 2,350. I said that has to hold. It held, which is good news. Right back up, made a play, and then topped at technically on this little thing here, 2,475. Was that setting up for a double top? It was not a double top because we didn't see it break here at the 2,350 level. A quick move back up just yesterday, was the day before, we had that smashing through resistance of 2,430. That's my final hurdle for new all-time highs. Basically, it says if we close any day, preferably a week, but any day above 2,430-ish, around there, a new all-time high in gold is coming imminently. And I'm talking about, days and weeks, not months, and not months and months and months, like within, probably 7-8 weeks max, something like that. Okay, so we're above that area at the moment. While we're above it, I'm saying a new all-time high in gold is coming really soon. Again, in weeks, not months and months and months from now. While we're above it, okay? If we close below it, well, that's not good, okay? But here's the potential, and it's triple tops usually aren't a thing, so I'll give you that big thing. So yes, this is a little bit clickbaity title today, gold triple top, question mark. I have to do this for the algorithm and to get people watching and all that. They can happen, but they're most usually not a thing, a triple top. So that looks like the top, double top there. Triple tops usually aren't a thing. What you will most likely see is some kind of consolidation and support higher than a certain level, and that certain level for me is still that 2,430. If we come down and bounce off 2,430 right there, see and it's mainly because of this spike here. Yes, because of this spike over here. Yes, but that was the first point. Yes, because this was a cluster of support. It didn't close above 2,430. But as I said to you, when we spiked to here, I didn't like that spike. And so I said that's why I moved from my new all-time high, my final hurdle for all-time highs from 2,400, and I moved it up to here to that spike right there. And that's why I said, so if we come down, you would want to find support no lower than 2,430, and that could really set up bang, off to the races. That's the most likely scenario. So I'm going to give you a more than a 50% chance at this stage that this is not a triple top, and what we would see, quite likely. Let me pop it in here. And again, do you listen to dudes on the internet? Random dudes? No. Yes, I've been in the precious metals industry for a long time. That means nothing. Nothing, because none of us are soothsayers. This is just what I see, okay? And that don't mean nothing. Where is my paintbrush tool? Where is it? Is it this one? Where's my paintbrush tool? Have they just updated this thing on me out of the blue? No, I don't want an emoji. Okay. Right. My paintbrush tool has just completely disappeared for some reason. Give me one moment. Brush, 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 arrow, no, brush. They've moved it to the top. You morons. Okay. Thanks for moving things. Thanks, TradingView. So what you would like, what you're most likely to see is either, this, bum, 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 bum. I think what you see from here is not a bounce down. I think you see a continuation from here. That's my opinion. And we could certainly find more resistance here and then come back down. Okay, this is the most likely scenario, or this right here, or a bounce off 24.30. You wouldn't want to see any lower than 24.30. If we come down to here, this ain't good. Watch this. If we come down to say here-ish, just pick a spot, right? Then we come back up and we find resistance here, and we bounce like that. That's not exact. Sorry, that's like like that. Not great. Not great. You would more likely see then a come down and a test of here. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. You don't want to see that break and then that find resistance, because that's more likely to go down. So that's the three scenarios. The most likely one is these two right here, more than 50% chance. Makes sense? Good. So as I've been saying, the next time, and I believe this to be true, the next time that we do come up to this uptrend line right here, that's the next time I believe it's going to be broken. Could I be wrong? Yes, don't listen to me. Dollar cost average, blah, 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 blah. But I think that will be broken this time. And I think $2,500 will be convincingly broken. So what I think would happen, there's the brush tool again. Let's just say, for example, we do that. We come back up. Well, $2,500 US is actually right at the top here of this thing. I think it would smash through, and I think you're coming up to and don't look at the time frame. The time frame's wrong. Okay, don't look at that. Just don't even look at the angles. But something like that kind of thing up to close to your 2,600 almost, like that, and then you would probably come back. And what you really want to see is a bounce off this uptrend line right there. You want to see that test, and you probably will have a retest. Okay, once you break out of a certain major pattern, you tend to come back and retest. Not always, but you tend to, and that's what you would want to kind of see, like that. Right? Does that make sense? Good. That's the ultimate scenario. And as I said, I think the next time we test here, it will be taken out. Could be completely wrong. Okay, so don't listen to me. Otherwise, as I said, that other scenario where you come down here, not great. Bounce here. There, I would imagine, this is my guess, I would assume more than a 50% chance that we do not find support at 23.50 anymore, and then we come back down to test there. So those right there, you can take a snapshot of that if you like. Those are the two most likely scenarios. Just watching out for that little extra, as I said, that little extra fake out there, and then we do that thing. Okay, does that make sense? Great. That's what I think the most likely scenarios would be when they play out. But I'm just peeing in the wind right now. Okay, again, should you listen to me? No. Am I an expert? No. All that stuff. But out of the interest, the $2,700 thing, $2,470 thing that someone was talking about just before, yes, that is to do with this box right here. And we did find, actually go back there, sorry gang. We did find resistance at 2,470. It's the top end of this purple box, right? We found resistance there. We found support at that 23.50. We found resistance again. It failed to close above 2,470. And just yesterday, and this is the thing I wanted to mention from yesterday, what was I talking about? I was talking about the relative strength index on the hourly time frame. Do you remember that from yesterday? You were there, man. We had already gone into extremely overbought on the relative strength index, right? So this is why I was saying we found resistance here. We were coming back up to test it again. I said, is third time a charm? I said, yeah, it really could be, but just watch out for the 1 hour time frame. We'd already been into extremely overbought. I said, more likely than not, you are going to find a peak around about here, and then that's going to come down, which would see the price come down a bit. And we have seen it come down a bit. It's actually a double top on the 1 hour time frame so far. I'm talking about the intraday. Does it really matter? No. Over the long term, no, but just out of interest for technical sake. Failure to break, and then probably heading down a little bit more today. Okay, so this is on the daily time frame. That was the hourly. Sorry, let me go back to the daily. Yeah, so what you could see is, maybe a bit more of a red day here. Always got to watch out for fake outs, but that scenario, bounce from there, or bounce there. You don't want to bounce under here and find resistance there. That's really it for gold. So the major support, 2,430, major resistance up here at roughly your 2,500 US dollars. But as I said, I think that will be taken out this time around. No guarantees. That is gold in terms of a triple top, they're usually not the thing. So don't stress. I will just start getting concerned-ish if we close anywhere below there. But that might be a great buying opportunity for you. You might be wanting to see this tank all the way down to my best buy zone, which for the moment is probably a 10%, 20% chance at this stage of the best buy zone of 2,250 anywhere down to 2,150. It's not looking likely at the moment while we're above 2,430. Does that all make sense? Bingo, bango, bongo. Good. Silver. On the daily time frame, price in USD, $27.80. We are still, what do you know? We are still hovering and knocking on the door of resistance at the top end of the best buy zone at 28 US dollars. As you know, the 28 to $26 zone right here is my best buy zone. When we're in here, it's the best risk to reward. Could we come down here and just find a huge amount of support here? Could you nab the perfect price at 25 US dollars? Yes. Could it sink all the way down? Could it just go all the way down to like 20? Yeah, of course it can. Anything can happen. But because we had this breakout on the silver price on the monthly time frame, because we've had this massive breakout right here, breakout, retest is really normal. Okay, it's very, very normal to have a breakout of a major area, a major pattern, and then a simple retest. And it doesn't always retest all the way. Okay, so could this be the low? Yeah, it really could be. Could this be the low? We've come into the belly of the best buy zone at $26.50. That could be, and I'm not saying it is, okay? It could be close enough where you don't have this full retest. I have a really good feeling is if we came down to this 26 to 25 level, that would be gobbled up really quickly. So probably good luck trying to get it. When would it happen? Would it happen overnight for you? Are you in bed in Australia time when that happens? So don't worry about trying to catch those bottoms. Just buy on the regular. And you've had these little dips. You're in the best buy zone. Hey, that's good for you. Maybe you've scooped up a little bit more. I know a few of you have based on based on comments this week about last week. A few of you did scoop up. Good on you, if that's the case. But yes, we're not out of the woods yet, okay? So we could absolutely still see lower prices, and we could still see this, the bottom of the best buy zone at anywhere between, $26, even a spike down to $25. That could still happen, because look at this. We are not out of the woods for silver, okay? Gold looks much more likely, as I said, to have new all-time highs really soon because we're above that 2,430 level. But this is silver, right? Nope. This could potentially be the day, but look, we're right on the line there. And I'm not drawing this line in perfectly or anything like that, but, we're not out of it, okay? What have I been saying is going to get us back in business? Breaking above 28, and now I just moved my back in business line from $29.80 down to 29 US dollars. Back in business close on the daily. That means smooth sailing. That best buy zone of that move all the way down here. Probably only like a 30% chance once we're closing above and holding above 29 US dollars. That says, we're back in this range here between 29 to 31. And as you know, and I'll harp on it all day, every day. Final hurdle, closing any month above 31 US dollars signals to me, does that matter to you? No. Should it? No. Signals to me, 100% bull run now. We're done. We're not seeing any lower prices from here, barring some kind of black swan event or market manipulation, blah, 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 that you can't see. But closing a month, could be this month, could be next month, any damn month, above 31 US dollars, got to be, closing 31, it's like 31.10, 31.20, not closing exactly on it, but convincingly above it, okay? Signals to me, no, it's 100% bull market territory. I'm already 99% there, but that would just signal to me, for example, and I don't think this is necessarily going to happen, but for example, let's just say what happens if in the next couple of months we turn around, and I'm definitely, this is just spitballing, okay? I am absolutely not saying this has happened. Don't quote me on any of this, right? But let's just say, for example, we turn around here, and in, let's say, October, November, we close above 31. Look at that. That would be some green candles right there. That signals, oh man, that is so good for silver. Closing any month above 31 signals, there we go, onwards and upwards and upwards and upwards and upwards we would go. And we would be, next year, we would be on our way to the previous all-time high. We are not going to break, and I will state this very, very simply, and I think everyone can see it. We're not going to break the all-time high this year. That ain't happening unless a black swan event occurs. We're not going to sail up through here by the end of December. No. I am also very confident that we will not break any higher than between $37 to $40 for 2024. That's a stretch probably now. Definitely $40 is a stretch, but I've remained it there. $37 to $40 is my top out point for 2024, and we may not get there. Okay, I'm not saying we're even going there. It's just it wouldn't go higher than that. Okay, so yeah, even if we like October, November, if we were to close at 31, close above 31, that's very positive for higher prices coming in, 6 to 12 months from there. But that wouldn't be saying you're really like in the following month or two heading to 37 to 40. Okay, so that remains my maximum target and probably won't get there, I'm guessing, in 2024. That is silver. So what do you need to watch out for? As I said, the low points, I gave you those. We just need to see this close and hold above $29 US. That gives me the good signal. What you could, spitballing again, this is just a potential weather report. You could come up to 29, come back down. So you could do this old chestnut right here. If this breaks, you would find maybe resistance here, come back and test that range, and then that's what you would love to see. That would be the perfect scenario, okay? That is it for silver. Platinum on the daily time frame. USD, 938.60. We are still below 945. We have failed a number of days now to close below 945, which is this level right here. Yes, please hit the like button for the algorithm. Please like the button for the algorithm right there. And we failed to close above it, which still signals to me 80-90% chance. Damn it. 80-90% chance that this gets tested right here, the bottom end again. So I'm still 80 to 90% confident that while we're below 945, and if that changes, that changes, but that we see bloop, 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 bloop. Okay? So I'm still confident for now, below 945, this horizontal blue line, that we go bloop, 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 something like that. Okay? Could be to there, could be to there, for example. And from there, I don't know. Okay, but those will be the two most likely points that if we break through this uptrend line right here, we'd come down to at least 870, bare minimum 870, okay, because it's a key area of support right there, as you can see, and possibly 840. From there, I can't give you any guarantees. I don't know whether we'd continue down to the bottom end of my best buy zone at 750, no idea. But there's support at 870 and 840. One of those could be really strong, okay, but again, while we're below 945, we are heading down here. Now, that'll change very quickly. If we close above and we stay above for a couple of days at least while we're above 945, then I'm going to say, okay, well, that percentage chance just went from 80-90% to, maybe 50%, okay? It can change just like that because that's a very key level. Why is it a key level? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, that formed a kind of neckline there-ish. That's a very key level, 945. For platinum, for my new subscribers, for platinum, I am bullish on platinum when it gets above 1,020 US dollars. That puts it into the getting excited zone. We're nowhere near there at the moment, but this is a great opportunity for you to keep buying more. Potentially because platinum is very undervalued in relation to gold and silver. It's at its lowest historical points that it's ever been in relation to the gold and silver prices. Okay, so it's highly undervalued in relation to gold and silver. Could it tank? Of course it could. But I'm getting excited for platinum after $1,020 roughly. And just so you know, everyone knows here, 1,120 is my final hurdle. Close that on the monthly, and it's bull time for months and months to go. Okay, that's all you need to know for platinum. Gold to silver ratio, maybe. We are still above this downtrend line, but I will stay and I'll continue to say for at least the next week, silver. And I'll give it the next 7 days. I'll give it to the end of the market next week. I think silver will tick over and will go down. This will go down, meaning I think silver will outperform gold in the next week or two. That's all I'm going to say because of this relative strength index here on the daily time frame. Okay, we've gone into extremely overvalued for gold and extremely overvalued for gold again because it's had this massive run. It's due for a turnover where silver then, as this is going down, silver takes its time in the sun again. So I think that's happening in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to remain for that. Could I be wrong? Yes. So don't do what I would do. Out of interest for the Aussies. Out of interest for the Aussies, the Australian dollar to the US dollar has had a bit of a kick in the overnight. Okay. We're not out of the woods just yet. So we are strengthening again against the US dollar. As you know, for precious metals holders, if you only cared about seeing your precious metals holdings in Australian dollars go up, then you actually want to see this tank. You want to see the Australian dollar weaken against the US dollar. You want to see blip, 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 as low as humanly possible. That's not probably good for the rest of the economy, but I'm just saying purely if you were looking to see your bags go up in Australian dollars, then sure, that's what you want to see, but you've got to balance it out with what's happening in the rest of the economy. Do you want to see a really, really, really ultra weak Australian dollar against the US dollar? Probably not, I'd imagine. There's going to be a balance there somewhere. But out of interest, it's strengthening at the moment, but we're nowhere near in any kind of breakout territory. The first breakout territory is here. It failed to do it here. I know that's very small. Sorry, gang. And the next major breakout level is this huge downtrend line going all the way back to, we're talking 2000 and something? 2012, okay. Yeah, we're nowhere near. We're just actually at the bottom end. We're spending a lot of time at the bottom end here. Okay, the more time you spend in the bottom end, the more likely it is to be taken out. Okay, that's the AUD to USD ratio. I have nothing else to say in terms of that. Let me go back to here. A few comments, then we'll do some other stuff. Okay, let's see. We have a new watcher. Okay. This is fantastic. I will come back to you, but I'll get to you. Hello. YT sucks. Well, first of all, YT sucks. Welcome to the live show. Fantastic. Hit the big red subscribe button to join us. Hit the like button as well. That helps with the algorithm. The tamp on silver is ridiculous. Yeah. Thumbs up for the algorithm. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, welcome to the channel. Let's do a quick few other things here. Okay. Zumi asks, do you think US CPI tomorrow will factor into price movements? Yes. Yep. Yes. How? I don't know. But will it factor in? Yes, absolutely. What happens if, it goes in a crazy direction one way or the other way? That is going to have an effect. So, yes, it does. CPI has an effect on the general assets. CPI has an effect on assets in general, the stock market, crypto, and precious metals. So yes, it does, but I don't know how. Okay, and no one can guess. Ben Frugia, morning everyone. Danny Vitt, GMS, my people, he's back again. Hey, big boy. Hi. Bye. See ya. Love him. Daniel says, I'm just here for the $30. You're just here for the 30 Australian dollar silver? Yes. You never know. It could be a thing. You never, ever know. I don't think so, but you never know. Pete Repeat, I just saying hi. We are missing Chat Mum today. Yes, we are missing Chat Mum. Tony Peterson is not here. today. Strange As is back in GMS, and YT, as I said, YT sucks. Well, YT doesn't suck. YT is pretty good, actually. Mark Florida got the gold and silver 8 updates. That's what you came for. Great timing. Got a run. Fantastic. Now, YT's got a few things to say, so let's have a look. Walmart and Capital One are ending their partnership. Oh, okay. Walmart and Capital One are ending their partnership in October. Oh, goodbye to gold sovereign ounces anywhere from $20 to $60 under melt. Were they? Oh, that's right. So in the States, Capital One is a credit provider, I believe, and correct because I'm from Australia, so I don't know all this. I don't know all the stuff, but I think there was a deal between Capital One and Walmart where if you used the Capital One credit card, you got cash back on your purchases from Walmart. Walmart were then selling gold sovereigns, but when you get the cash back, it worked out to getting them for under spot price. I think that's what you meant right there. But they're ending that partnership. Okay, I can still get generic rounds for about 50 cents over. Still great. Elemental. I love Elemental stuff. It's good. Has a few Trump designs on Walmart. Wow. And 100-ounce generic bars can be had for about 50 cents under spot. Man, that cashback program. That sounds really, really good. It's all about there we go. It's all about that Capital One 5% rewards card. There you go. Without it, Walmart is too expensive. Right. Okay. For under 20 melt for gold ounces, Maples, Eagles, while the cheaper Rands and Phillies are more likely 6. Wow. You can't beat sovereign 1 ounce gold coins under melt. That is fantastic, but it is ending. What about Costco gold? That's right. YT Sucks says, old watcher, I'm the guy who changes his name each stream. Each stream? Geez, I didn't know you did it each stream. Costco is even better if you pay for the executive membership and have a rewards card, but the savings is limited because of the yearly membership costs. Yeah, you got to pay for the yearly thing with Costco. Dylan said, tuned back in for the second time. Loving it. Fantastic, Dylan. Great to have you. Jason Ashworth. Yes, I have executive Costco membership. Ooh. When I lived in Japan, I had a Costco membership many, many years ago, nearly 20 years ago. YouTube, nah, it's not good. I disagree. YouTube is where I've made a lot of my living over the last 6, 7, 8 years, actually. So I love YouTube. YouTube is great. And you know what YouTube is great for? What a brilliant segue for my services. YouTube is amazing for businesses. And I launched and grew Bullion Now's YouTube channel from nothing, because I was their first employee, to 20,000 subscribers roughly by the time I left, with videos that had had almost 1 million views for individual videos, multiple 100,000 plus video views, all those epic unboxings, all that stuff, everything done on the channel between 2019 to roughly the start of 2022. That's me, of course, with everyone else, because people have to be in the videos and we all came up with ideas and all that stuff. But I was the one doing all the titles and the descriptions and getting them trending and all that sort of stuff. That's all me, man. So it's very, very good for businesses. YouTube can, and any kind of business too. A restaurant, an accountant, a hairdresser, a whatever kind of business, a plumber. I swear to God, there have been so many times where I've had, I've spoken to a client and they've said, look, I do this. And they go, I'm just not sure. And I go, hang on, have you thought about XYZ? And then the eyes open up and go, oh yeah, I actually can do that. So it's actually really good for any kind of business, starting and growing a YouTube channel. That's what I help people with. Send me an email at gmstackers.com, gmstackers@gmail.com. Also, while you're there, can you buy me a coffee? Because I'm a caffeine fiend. Even though this is water, buymeacoffee.com/goodmorningstackers. Buy me a coffee. Give me $5 for a coffee. Donate to the show in terms of support what you love. You get it for free and you get some very excellent stuff in return. So, give me some money in return. I will be doing memberships soon. YT Sucks says Costco has a problem of being out of stock. Okay, but if you can catch them in stock, they are great, especially silver eagle tubes. Awesome. And 1 ounce gold bars. Fantastic. We're going to talk about Perth Mint in just a second. But before we talk about the Perth Mint, we're going to talk about Perth Bullion Exchange. So before we talk about perthmint.com, which is the Perth Mint's website, we're going to talk about perthbullion.com, Australia's first physical bullion dealer, to offer free shipping when buying over certain quantities, and their special this week, just so you remember, is the 1 gram Scottsdale Prepper Gold Bar right here. So mix and match on the website. Go to perthbullion.com.au. If you if your shopping cart has 20 or more of any item, so it could be 3 of one item, 5 of another item, 10 of another item, as long as the total shopping cart equals 20 or more, free shipping, sign-on delivery, fully insured, Australia-wide. A lot of the time it's next day delivery if you pay by a certain time, and then they actually ship it out same day. That'll probably get pushed back a little bit when they get even busier than they are now. But the Scottsdale 1 gram Prepper Bar right here in the awesome 30 card style, the 30 lock packaging right there. I just love that stuff. Look at that Scottsdale Mint 1 gram, $9.99 fine gold. Beautiful gold right there. And they are on special for $5 off for the whole week. Perth Bullion Exchange don't just do a 24-hour, these 24-hour only specials when they're like, get $5 off for 24 hours. Okay, that's cool and all, but they do it for the entire week. And sometimes there's just really good specials. So head over to perthbullion.com.au, my first brand partner. And my brand new second brand partner is WealthStack, wealthstack.com, where, just so you know, we're going to be talking to David Ski from WealthStack tomorrow on the show, a live interview as far as I'm aware. If I can get all this whole, I've got to figure out we've got to upgrade the system here, and I'm pretty sure we'll get that done. We'll do some tests today after this show. We'll be talking to David, the CEO. WealthStack is an amazing new company, okay? And they say, and I agree, gold is back. Save, invest, and transact in physical gold digitally with a WealthStack account and debit card. So just so you know, they have, it's mainly a phone app, okay? So you download it on Android and iPhone as well. So if you have an Android phone or an iPhone, they are downloadable on both. You can download from the App Store and you can get it on Google Play right here. So here is their things right there. This is WealthStack logo. So you just type in WealthStack, one word, in Apple Store. And it's by Alchemy Bullion right there. Buy, sell, and trade physical gold. That is the logo. So that's what you're looking out for when you download it. And the same thing on the Play Store as well. Okay, so if you have Android or iPhone, you can get it right there. That is the logo. Now, it's mainly a phone app, but out of interest, if you don't want to do it on your phone, that's okay, because you can also log in. You can do it through the desktop app as well. And it's just really, really amazing. So it is an unallocated gold program. It's fully backed one-to-one with real physical metal. Let's quickly go through how it works. And then I won't spend too much time on this because we're actually going to ask a whole bunch of questions of David Ski right there tomorrow. So purchasing and trading in gold is simple with WealthStack's gold-backed token. Each token is backed by real gold, and it is real gold secured in secure vaults all around the world that are accredited by the LBMA. You know who they are. And getting started with WealthStack is very, very easy. There's the app right there. You just sign up to the WealthStack platform through the app or through this website. You purchase WealthStack's gold-backed token using Australian dollars, or US dollars if you want, but we're in Australia, so Australian dollars. Transfer, if you want, you can transfer your gold-backed tokens to other users on the platform, free of charge, no cost. You can redeem your gold-backed tokens for cash, so you can buy and sell instantly. Now, here's the deal with these. As I said, ultra-low fees. It's spot plus 1% to buy gold, and the minimum purchase is $10. So if you're a stacker who likes unallocated gold programs, physically backed one-to-one with real physical metal in their vaults, they do independent audits, two of those every single year. So it's all fully above board and all that. They're Australian-based, Australian regulated by all the regular laws that you have to. You've got to be, AUSTRAC registered, all that kind of stuff, right? Fully backed. So you can buy at spot plus 1% and sell at spot minus 0.5%. The spread is so damn tiny. It's crazy. And I'm actually going to ask David tomorrow, and I already know the answer, but for you, I'll ask again of David tomorrow, why is the spread so thin? How do you in business? So redeem your gold for, cash in USD, Australia, AUD, obviously, British pounds, or physical gold globally. Their redemption feature isn't live yet, but it will be roughly by the end of the year. And It's not in play just yet, but it will be. You'll be able to use your WealthStack debit card, either a physical card, which you'll get, or, one of those electronic cards you have in your phone wallet, your electronic wallet, like a debit card, a Visa, MasterCard debit card. Tap, pay for stuff in gold. It is crazy good. So ultra low fees. And I just can't say too much more about it at the moment. It's very, very positive. I've spoken about Perth Bullion Exchange so much, so I'm spending a little bit more time on WealthStack at the moment because they're my brand new partner. But they are 100% gold-backed token, no transfer fees, no storage fees, and they are stackers themselves. Okay, so really highly suggest you head over to wealthstack.com, one word, wealthstack.com, and download the app in particular, play around with it. It's free to use and all that. It's you'll just have to, if you want to start buying gold, and then you will have to obviously, use your ID and all that kind of stuff, ID verification. And just so you know, you will be able to buy silver eventually, and they'll be doing platinum and a whole bunch of other things too. So we'll be talking to David Ski tomorrow, the CEO of WealthStack. Send me an email at gmstackers@gmail.com for your questions for David. I've got a bunch of questions, and get your questions in as well, because they really want you, the stacking community, first to know and trust WealthStack. So then this was their philosophy, of which I agree. If they can get the stacking community at least cool with it, which there's no reason why you shouldn't be, and then you'll tell your normie friends and family who don't really want to hold physical metal, maybe they're just not into that, they don't get what we do, right? The normies don't get what we do, but they will get something like a phone app where you can buy gold and it's, backed by real physical gold. That might be the best option for them. Might not be for you, but if you can't convince your Uncle Dave to buy physical gold and bury it in the backyard, this is the next best thing, man. I absolutely am hands down about that. So that is wealthstack.com, and we are going to talk about now very quickly Perth Mint. Let's go. The Perth Mint silver sales have surged. Perth Mint silver sales have surged. This is from xm.com, okay, and basically from a Reuters article right here. Perth Mint's July gold sales rise, but silver jumps over 90% month on month. Okay, so let's quickly read this article. What's going on at the Perth Mint with their silver sales? Perth Mint's gold product sales picked up in July, while silver sales rose over 90% on a monthly basis, the refiner said last week. By the numbers, sales of gold coins and minted bars in July increased 13% from the previous month to 25,475 ounces. However, they were down by 42% for gold compared to last year. Interesting. So in July last year, they're down 42%. Okay. Why? No idea. But silver product sales jumped 91% month on month to 939,473 ounces, the highest level since February, and that it posted an 8% rise from last year, or from this time last year. I think that's what they mean. And the main quote here is, quote, "We had a particularly robust month for silver sales in the United States, which is our biggest market," said Neil Vance, Perth Mint's general manager of minted products. And why is this important? We all know this stuff. Perth Mint, owned by Western Australia, is Australia's world's largest producer of newly mined gold, biggest refiner by volume in Australasia, blah, blah, blah. Its intake each year equates to almost 70% of newly mined gold in Australia, blah, blah, blah. That's just a little bit about the Perth Mint. Let's see. This is the following table. So you can see that right here. Out of interest, this is what they're talking about, a 91% jump. This is gold right here. So this is June this year. Gold was 22,520, and then they had a 13% jump in July, 25,475. But look at silver, man. In June, 491,000 ounces sold, and then last month in July, 939,000. It's nearly double. And that's mainly coming, as they said, from Neil Vance said, particularly robust month for sales from the United States. which is their biggest market. Now, I don't know the reasoning for that, and I'm going to post the question to you. Do you guys in the States, do you happen to know, my stateside watchers, why is that any particular, is it just the price action? Price has gone down, or was there a particular release in the States of something that we don't know about, which saw an almost doubling of silver sales? I just wonder, and just in particular, it just surged in the United States for some reason. That's today's quick little news about Perth Mint silver sales surging. That's huge, nearly double the amount from the previous month. I just wonder if that's got something to do with the release or something like that, or is it just normal market forces? But out of interest, I'll just show you this table. It's really interesting. I know my head's in the way, but you can see it as we go down right here. This is from this month right here. But just out of interest, we're certainly down from the COVID hype. And look at this. I just want to show you the silver in 2020 and gold in 2020. Look at that. So look at that. Oh my God. Just look at that madness. And we all know what happened, but look at it, right? Here's February of 2020 in gold ounces, right? Gold ounces, 22,921. Then in March, 93,000. What a jump. And that's, what can, and then the following month in April, 120,000 gold ounces, okay? We're not talking silver, man. This is gold. And look at silver in that same period, 1.7 million to 2.1 million. But that gold just went crazy back then, obviously, because that's proof of when something very large happens, economic uncertainty or just uncertainty in general, people rush to gold. Where gold goes, silver tends to follow over time as well. But they're huge numbers back then. And so we have seen, if you take a look here, you have seen a lessening of demand recently, it is a sort of a plateau-ish, but yeah, look, very low. There's 800,000 in May, and there's this big dip in June. Don't know why. It could be to do with the price maybe, but look at that, a near doubling. So back up to kind of average level, I guess. So that is everything, I think, today. I'll get your final comments, then we will get out of here because I got stuff to do. Let's see. But man, YT Sucks is just going crazy on the old comments here. Love it. Let's see. YouTube is good and bad. I don't like the censorship. Yeah, that's all my account names. Oh, right. Thus all my account names from being banned in various streams. Well, hang on a second. Let's get to the bottom of this one. YouTube is good and bad. I don't like the censorship, but where's the censorship coming from? Is the censorship coming from YouTube itself, where you've posted a comment on a live stream and YouTube goes, you can't say that, bang? Or is it the person like me? Is it the person on the live stream going, don't be an idiot, ban you? So is it a manual ban from the person hosting the stream, or is it a YouTube algorithm ban? Okay, thus all my account names from being banned in various streams. Well, the question is why there. YouTube sucks. But I like the access. Yes, the bias is horrible, and that's why it is YT Sucks. Okay. Certainly there is a big bias towards, a certain side of things. No, they didn't. Sorry, YT. No, they didn't. Big pushback on you, my friend. And that doesn't mean you're a bad person. I'm just saying I'm going to push back on this particular thing. Perth Mint doped their gold, ! I argued with a guy on Silver Degen Club about this until he removed his post. No, until he removed his post. If you're saying they doped their gold, no, they didn't. They didn't dope the gold. There was a problem with their purity. It wasn't up to these. It was Hong Kong or Singapore standards, and it was all about the big stuff. But they didn't dope it on purpose. No, they didn't. But we'll read your comments. Perth bars were 9996 when they only needed to be 9990, and then they refined it down to. Oh, okay. I think you're on our side of it, actually. From 0.06 to 0.0 over pure means gold means China was losing 66% of their free gold. Yes, see, so you're on our side. Okay. Then they complained about there being too much silver in mixture. Yes. The Perth bars were rejected for too much silver in the gold. Yes, but that's because it went from way above what the standard was to just a little bit above what the standard should be, and China complained. And that's what it was. So, yeah, so you were saying here that someone complained about doping their gold, but you actually argued with Silver Degen, someone on Silver Degen, that wasn't the case. Like you didn't, yes, so I agree with you. Yes, you are correct. It was a mountain over a molehill. Correct. Perth Mint also produced 999.999 gold too, just cause they could. I have a good bit of Perth Mint items for whatever reason. They are priced lower than other sovereign here in the US. Yeah, right. Yes, Perth has the process extremely precise and refined. So yes, we're on the same page. And refined, and if they can reliably do 99.992 and never worry about going under 99.99, then they should. It's precise. Absolutely agree. A lot of Perth Mint AG goes over to the US. It is their biggest market. Yes, it is. It also saved them from something like $600K a year by moving from both of which are more than that's required. Yeah, it's more than what is required. Are US Silver Eagles? What a great question. I'll answer your question. Everyone else has probably jumped on this question. Are US Silver Eagles cheaper than Australian kangaroos over there? In Australia, I think you mean the other way. Are you from Australia? Are you from Australia or are you from the States? If you're asking, eagles cheaper than kangaroos in the United States, I don't know the answer. If you're asking, are silver eagles cheaper than kangaroos in Australia? Silver eagles are way expensive in Australia. But if that's what you're asking, eagles are way more than kangaroos. It's the import costs, yeah. I have a few Australian minted British sovereigns from many years ago. Oh, very cool. Hang on to them. Yes, I think 3 mints there did them. I love the fact that you were just so active. I have at least one from each mint. Fantastic. I think that's pretty it. Absolutely. Shadow banned comments from YouTube. Streamer doesn't even see them. Oh, shadow banned comments. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Sometimes phrases, sometimes single keywords will trigger the shadow ban. You won't see them. Your mods won't see them. The typer will see them and they'll think they've posted. Oh, interesting. Then how would you know it's shadow banning? So if you see them and you think you've posted them, how do you know that that's occurring? I'm just going to challenge you with that. How do you know it's occurring? How do you know it's occurring if you see them being posted? How do you know? Any post that you make cannot remove as the poster of the comment. That's the comment shadow banned. Refresh your chat. Oh, and it'll be gone. If you click your comment on the 3 dots, you can see remove. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. That is it, funky people. It has been a great 1 hour almost exactly. So, of course, what we're going to do is the final dance off. We're going to do the dance off, people. That has been Good Morning Stackers for Wednesday, the 14th of August, 2024. We looked at gold, silver, platinum. We talked about the triple top. We did my plugs for Perth Bullion Exchange, WealthStack. Go check out them. We'll talk to David Skeet tomorrow from the CEO from that lovely new company, my brand partner. And we talked about Perth Mint, silver sales. That is it, my people. Let's go out with a bang.
Good morning, Stack. Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine.
What's with the dancing? I don't know. Make sure you have your...
Grab a tasty beverage.
And let's do the...
Get in the groove.
In 3,
Synchronized
2,
Slurp.
1.
Now we're on the move.
Thanks for watching, funky people from all around the world and Australia. Stay safe, stay informed. I will see you tomorrow morning, our time. Have a great day.